Hello and welcome to Oregon Horse Country 101. I am your Executive Director, Brandy Ebner. This webinar is going to talk to you a bit more about what the Oregon Horse Council does, where we came from, and also what our future plans are for the council now entering into our 10th year. I've been the Executive Director now for a little over 5 years, and before that was involved with the organization and co-led it with the founder, Jennifer Johnson. So we're super excited to be doing this today. We try to update this presentation regularly as we know things change and we add new items to our programming. So a little background, our mission is to connect, strengthen, and represent the equine industry. And really we are the only type of organization that does this in Oregon. We're really the only organization in the country that does it to the degree that we do. And what we really try to be is a resource for all things equine in the state of Oregon. And we do that through a couple different methods. One, we're trying to enhance the economy for equestrians in Oregon. We want equine businesses to be successful and for you to make money doing what you love. We want equestrian events to grow here and consider moving to Oregon when they're considering the West Coast or the Northwest. And we know that many businesses are small, they don't have the funding or maybe the background knowledge to grow as much as they would like to do. So we provide educational programming and opportunities with marketing geared towards small equestrian businesses specifically, as you're very different than what a lot of other storefront businesses would be throughout our state. We also want to provide a statewide resource because before Oregon Horse Council, there was no place to go to find information short of asking friends or just trying to Google it. And we all know that the equestrian industry can be hard to find on the internet. So we wanted to provide a resource that people could turn to find what they were needing, and that giving a strong online presence for small businesses and organizations that might not have the opportunity to have full-fledged websites. And then the last piece is giving a voice to the equine industry. We really need united as a front. And in the past, it's been a very segregated industry based on where you lived or what discipline you participated in, what breed of horse you own. So we want to make sure that the industry has one solid voice. We work close with Backcountry Horsemen and OHC as the voice of the industry as far as trails go. But we take on all the other kind of legislative work. And a lot of what we do is just making sure that we inform you as the equestrians and members of Oregon Horse Council. We also provide a lot of feedback on different measures and bills and to our local representatives. So we kind of tackle quite a few things, and a lot of it we do behind the scenes, so the general population doesn't even know how much we're working all the time, but know that the Oregon Horse Council is working for the equine industry every single day of the year. So a little of our history, we did start out in 2009 under the Wilsonville Chamber of Commerce as a tourism program. And the goal was to encourage people to stay in Wilsonville at our hotels when attending nearby equestrian activities. That could have been anything from hunter-jumper shows to local rodeos to just going riding. 2012, we converted over to more of a membership program as we found a lot of the businesses getting involved with us had nothing to do with the tourist or event side, but wanted to support an initiative where equestrians and equine businesses work together. And then in 2015, we broke off from the Wilsonville Chamber of Commerce and created our own 501c6 nonprofit. We are a membership organization. We no longer have any connection to the Chamber of Commerce in Wilsonville. And in 2018, we decided we needed to change our name from Oregon Horse Country to the Oregon Horse Council to better represent what we did for the state of Oregon, but also just for the recognition. The word council is a word that people are familiar with. It's one that people have ideas of what they do, and all the other states have councils. And we were the only ones that were kind of missing that word, so we were getting overlooked a lot in Oregon. And then in 2020, we're working on a big makeover of a brand new website. We're redoing our logo to be more fresh and clean. We'll have all new marketing materials for our booths. So lots of fun things coming in 2020. We are ran by a board of directors. As a nonprofit, you do have to have a board. We can have up to 11 board members. We kind of vary in number based on interest level and our needs at the time. Currently, our president is Melody Holliday, who is an individual supporter, but also involved in a number of equestrian groups in Central Oregon, like Oregon Equestrian Trails and such. Our treasurer is Gay Adams. She owns Sunstone Morgans and is the president of the Morgan Horse Association. Carla Hogan owns KR Northwest, who is a marketing promotions company that does a lot of work for equestrian businesses. Jennifer Kuntz is the executive director of the Duchess Sanctuary down in Oakland. Jill McGrady is a trainer and owns Quiet Rein Riding School in the hunter jumper and English discipline. Katie Utes is with APCO LMF Feeds as a feed rep. And Sherry Williams is with Dodge Creek Stables out of Oakland and does a lot with youth and Pony Club and things like that. And then Teal Shoup is actually just had to step down from our board, but she was with Sterling Essentials. She brought a lot of our retail side of working with retailers and having a product that was developed in Oregon but sold internationally. In fact, she's grown so much, that's why she had to step down from our board. So we're looking to fill some of those roles. Each year in December, new board members are placed onto the board. We usually have 3 positions come open every year, and they take their positions January 1st for a 3-year term. It is open up to anyone who is a current Oregon Horse Council member or a representative of a business or association. So if you're interested in getting more involved with shaping how the Oregon Horse Council functions and the programming that we do, please let me know and we can talk to you about potentially joining our board or one of our committees. Speaking of committees, we do have a few standing ones that we work with. One of those is our legislative group, which tries to stay on top of especially bills and measures that affect small businesses during each of our legislative sessions. In 2020, it's a short session, so hopefully there won't be as many impactful bills, but we know there are going to be a couple that will be hitting that will directly affect equestrian people. So we want to keep apprised of that and make sure that we have a committee that's educating our population, but also providing responses, letters, and testimonies to the committees that are reviewing those bills. Trail and public lands, really it's keeping apprised of what OAT and backcountry horsemen are doing. They have designated board members who work very hard on these issues, and we really provide them support, letters, testimonies, numbers, essentially, to back their causes and what they're doing to fight to keep equestrian trails available. Our education committee is pretty active. They oversee any kind of education programs that we do throughout the year that could be helping us select topics down all the way to physically setting up events and running them. So there's lots of easy ways to get involved with that. We've had a membership committee that has kind of come and gone over the years, but mostly their focus is connecting with current members and just checking in, making sure that they realize their benefits and see if there's anything OHC can do for them. Our Equine Health and Wellness Committee is working on compiling a lot of educational resources that can be posted on our website and made available regarding equine health. And they're also looking at a couple initiatives that we might take on and potentially propose legislative bills to support equestrian safety and making sure that horses are taken care of and not abused, and if they are abused, that people get the maximum penalties for that. And then our last core committee is our outreach, and that group's goal is to work with non-equestrians to bring them into the industry. So they've been working on an educational booklet that could be handed out to kids that has fun activities but teaches them about how to get involved with horses, informs parents on where they can go take their kids to camps or to day riding or different activities they could go participate in or go and watch shows, but also just trying to get people who may have been in the horse industry when they were younger. A lot of people grew up riding and then get into life and careers and families and then find themselves empty nesters and decide they want to get a horse again, but it's been 30 years and they're not really sure where to go. The outreach committee works on that. All of our committees provide recommendations to our board. They cannot really act as if, they can't make major decisions, but our board does empower them to research things out and bring the best suggestions to the board for a vote, and then we can move forward. So our committees are very valuable. They meet pretty much exclusively via conference calls. You can be anywhere in the state, and all the conference calls are arranged based on everyone's schedules. So anybody can participate in any of our committees as their schedule allows. One of the things I mentioned is being a voice in the industry. We really are an advocate for horses and equestrians through Oregon. We work with government agencies. We do a lot of letters of testimony and support for and oppose things. We really try to look at the industry as a whole, so we don't get in depth on the really controversial issues internally in our industry, but when it comes to things that we know will positively help all equestrians, that's when we jump in. We also are the official representatives for the state of Oregon on the American Horse Council and the State Coalition of Horse Councils. So when anyone at the federal level needs Oregon's opinion, I'm the one that they're contacting for that, either myself or our board president. And we stay in contact with what other horse councils are doing. We frequently share information and find out what's going on in nearby states. Our goal overall is just to keep the equine industry strong. We want to make sure that it's going to survive for a long time. We know it's getting harder and harder for some groups to find new folks to get involved. And we know that people aren't growing up on ranches with horses like they used to. So we want to make sure that folks know there are ways to be in the horse world without owning property and owning your own horses. And then we want to make sure that those of you in horse businesses and have those properties and horses can stay strong and make sure you can continue the way you want. So we're really excited about the work that we've started there. This is an area that we do a lot of behind-the-scenes work. We try to publish anytime we sign on or create a letter. We try to make sure those are available on our website. But we work on a lot of phone calls and emails and conversations that all of you don't even know about. So we just try to make sure that we're representing the best that we can. Another piece, of course, where Oregon Horse Council started was under tourism. So we represent the equine industry in a way it was never done before. We work a lot with Travel Oregon. Tourism is one of the top income grossing industries in Oregon, and a lot of folks come here and want to be immersed in our great state through trail riding or participating in activity or going to a horse event. So we make sure that Travel Oregon is aware that the horse world is here. We have the agritourism network that I sit as a steering committee member on. So if you've ever thought about trying to attract tourists to your location, whether it be for day activities like an hour trail ride, or even people will pay to come and clean your stalls and work your tack and things because that's very trendy right now. Or if it's something where you want to end up turning a loft into an Airbnb, we can help you with that. We have all the information and work closely with the tourism, Ag Tourism Council on that. We also are the founding member and part of Oregon Sports Authority's Sports Marketing Coalition. Because of our involvement, they have included equestrian activities in all of our sporting material, and have actually sent us some leads on some really big equestrian events who want to consider Oregon. So that group right now is working on trying to complete a website where there can be a complete directory of sports facilities in the state of Oregon available for events and rentals. And a big chunk of that is going to definitely involve equestrian facilities. So if someone wants to bring a horse show or clinic to Oregon, that information will be there. And then we're also involved with the Outdoor Trail Summit and the Recreation Network, as well as the Outdoor Committee for Travel Oregon. So we're out there voicing our opinions as far as trails go, making sure that equestrians are thought of and seen as a cooperative player when we're trying to figure out how do we keep our trails available for all types of users, but segregate it for safety and making sure that horses and motorized bicycles aren't in the same exact trail, or that, you know, hikers and horses can work together, but ATVs and hikers don't. So we want to work with like-minded groups and make sure that we keep trails open and safe for all. A new program that we started in early 2019, late 2018 was our Get Out and Ride. It's a way to encourage equestrians to enjoy their horses in non-competitive ways. So we do not award prizes for people who are spending time competing, but we do encourage you to use the honor system, fill out our logs of just time that you're spending riding your horses or working with your horses. This is available to anyone who works and rides in Oregon. We also encourage you to turn in your logs on a regular period, because at 25, 50, 100 hours, etc., we end up sending you prizes for completing that amount of hours. So some folks, we already have a couple that are hitting the 1,000-hour mark. We have other ones who are participating in the program that haven't even hit 25 yet, but they're working towards it. So our goal is just to give a little incentive to go out and put some extra time in with your horse when you can. It's a fun program. You have a small annual fee that you pay, $25 for adults, $10 for 18 and under, and that accrues your hours annually, but you can continue adding year after year as long as you are a paying member. So if it takes you 3 years to get to your 100-hour mark, we'll still award you the prizes of 25, 50, and 100 hours during that time. So our website has more information. It's just a simple little short form, and you pay your fee, and you start logging your hours, and we mail you prizes. The biggest thing that we probably are known for is Oregon Horse Directory. We are in the works right now for the next copy. They usually come out in March. This will be our 6th directory. We hand them out at both the Washington and Northwest Horse Expos, equestrian events all over the state. They're available at pretty much every feed and tack store in Oregon. We give them out at a lot of equestrian conferences and banquets and events, and then they're also available at some non-equestrian events around the state just to get them in the hands of folks who might be looking at getting into horses. So anyone can be listed in this directory for free. The basic listing is your name, your business name, your city, state, and phone number in up to 3 categories. If you pay for the premier listing, which is $30, or you get that for free if you're an Oregon Horse Council member, you get also to have your name bolded, you get your address, your website, and your email. So it's very much worth upgrading to that premier listing to get more information out in front of people. Anyone who's an Oregon Horse Council member gets discounts on the display advertising, and we typically do about 15,000 copies statewide. It's also available as a full PDF file on our website if someone wanted to download it. And then our online directory has all the same information as well. Our website also holds a comprehensive event calendar for the state of Oregon. It's the biggest and largest event calendar for the equine industry, hands down. Any event can be posted for free. You do not need to be a member. You do not need to pay. You can put up your flyers, your information. You can have it linked to a website or a Facebook event. Our website also makes it so it's very easy for folks to sort and search the listings to only find certain disciplines or certain area, or if they're looking for a keyword. But if you are an OHC member, your events will get featured on our homepage. They'll be highlighted on the calendar to stand out, and they'll also be included in our e-newsletters that go out, as well as highlighted on all of our social media accounts. So if you're somebody who puts on a number of clinics or horse shows, our membership is well worth the marketing just to get your events better known out there. Our website right now gets about 6,000 hits or so a month of people looking for events, so it's well worth it to list all your events there. We do a lot of education, as I mentioned earlier. One thing that we're really building up is our online webinars. We found that it's very hard, as big as Oregon is, to hold events in person anywhere and feel like we reach a good amount of equestrians who want to attend. And it's also hard for us to host the same topic and speaker 6 or 7 times so we can get it close to everyone. So we're focusing much more in 2020 to having online webinars that are available live, but then will be recorded and available for folks afterwards. So if you're like me and you get calmed down at about 10 o'clock at night and you can't sleep, but you want something to do, you can jump on and watch webinars when you have the time. So our goal is to assist equestrian businesses to increase your business knowledge. So some of our webinars are going to be very business focused. Other webinars are going to help our nonprofits and our associations and clubs be better with their roles. There are always new things coming down for nonprofits in the state of Oregon, but very few of us often know about them. So we want to keep folks informed so your nonprofit status isn't at risk. And then we've really worked on building up just general equine knowledge that anybody can listen in and find something that they're interested in. We won't do away with our in-person events completely. We just aren't going to do as many of those as we have in the early years and focus a lot more to online resources. The Know Your Industry webinars is what these are going to be called moving forward. The Know Your Industry is really just trying to get equestrians to really know what's going on here in Oregon. Do you know a lot about Oregon's equestrian industry? These could be anything from agritourism to top breeds of horses that are bred here, or even unique breeds, marketing and advertising, issues with workforce, how can we all get more people into riding, how can we get more people at shows, land use laws, what's changing in the state of Oregon. So it's going to have a pretty broad spectrum of what's covered, and you'll be getting the notices as long as you're on our Facebook page or get our e-newsletter. You'll be getting notices on that. We are going to make some of these live Facebook webinars, and they might be a bit more casual that way. So what's great about live Facebook is it allows people to ask questions in the Facebook feed as the event's happening, and we can also do it as a panel and bring in a lot more of our members and expert equestrians across the state to participate in those. And they can also be recorded and available later as well. We've been really excited to be kind of a core group in Oregon bringing technical large animal emergency rescue courses here. There has been a few offered that we don't do usually for private groups, but all of ours are kind of the core ones that are open to anyone. We bring in world-renowned expert on this, Dr. Rebecca Husted out of Georgia. She has literally wrote the textbook with her ex-husband and some colleagues on how to do emergency rescue. I would say there's literally no one in the world that knows more than she knows about this topic. So we do these 2-day courses that are intensive in the classroom and also with some hands-on, and they really teach people the proper way to respond and prepare for emergencies. Anything from getting in a wreck with your horse trailer on a highway to having a cow stuck in a muddy bank that can't get out, a horse flip in their stall and get stuck against the sidewall, or their foot through a panel. You name it, cows falling in holes. We've seen it all. So these courses are open to anyone, but designed really for first responders in mind. We have them offered throughout the year in Wilsonville, Pendleton, and Corvallis in 2019. 2020, we're working on a couple different locations, likely Hermiston and Roseburg. We're always looking for areas that want to host this. Let us know if you're interested in participating. If you are a vet or a vet tech, it is approved for 16 CE credits, which is a huge amount of credits since it's a 2-day class. So it's well worth taking. The other thing that we're working on building, we kind of backburnered this for a little while, but in 2020 we will be launching the Oregon Horse Council Foundation, which will be a C3 nonprofit, which means it is a charity able to accept donations and grants and such that our C6 Oregon Horse Council cannot. This group's going to work on scholarships, professional development, some additional educational pieces, and then also research like the Oregon Equine Economic Impact Study and things like that. So what's great about a C3 is if you want to personally donate to them, that donation is tax deductible, where it would not be to original Horse Council itself. So a little bit about our membership. We have a great online directory, as I mentioned earlier. It will be getting a complete facelift in 2020. Our database company, Chamber Master Growth Zone that we work with, is the top database for chambers and membership associations in the country. They have done some major work recently to make their database more online friendly, as well as mobile and tablet friendly. And then also they're always increasing that search engine optimization. So the biggest thing for you, if you are not an OHC member, you still have a short profile online. If you are a member, take advantage of the profile. It will help you get found when people are searching online considerably. You can have your logo on there, a full description of your business and what you do or your organization, a photo gallery, you can upload a YouTube video, you can have unlimited keywords which help those online search engines find you, information on hours, directions, how to get to your barn. You can link off to 5 specific websites or I should say web pages. So if you have a really great website, but you want people to know where exactly to go for boarding, on our website you can say click here for boarding information and it will go straight to your boarding page instead of just your home page. So it's really great. Real estate agents can link it to specific properties that are listed. Facilities who do a lot of events can link that directly to registrations for specific shows coming up. It's very, very valuable. And the more linking that's done online, the better you rise in the search engines. And then you can also put your social media links on there as well. So if you are a member, all of that is free for you. Take advantage of it. We have another webinar on our website that is only about 15 minutes long that shows you how to upgrade your listing, or give me a call and I'll walk through it with you as well. It's really quick and easy, and you can update it 24/7 with your login. As I mentioned earlier, the statewide calendar, don't forget to send every event you have, whether it be a member meeting, workout on a trail, a fundraiser, a trail ride, a show, anything you want people to participate in, send it to us. About 5,000 searches are done every month on our calendar looking for events. So you want to be listed on there. We also have a huge news feed. If you have announcements, if you've got a press release you put out, or, you know, save the date for a show, we're looking for sponsors, we need volunteers, send me all of that because I can post all of it for our members. And then all of that goes out to our Facebook page and comes out in our e-newsletter. If you're not getting our e-newsletter, please let me know. Our company there as well has done some major changes in the last about week to help it get delivered to our boxes. They were learning that the older format of their emails were not necessarily getting through to everyone. So if you have not been getting our e-newsletters, let us know. But a new look and format will be coming out really starting next week that should help it get to you. And then as a member, if you don't do anything else, you can save money with us just by being a member. Constant contact email marketing, you can save 25% a year. John Deere, I've heard people saving as much as $8,000 on tractors with John Deere. We encourage you to participate, to utilize Pape Machinery, which is Oregon's John Deere dealer. They can talk to you more about some of the discounts there, but we've heard some great people responding with how much they've saved on their small tractors, lawnmowers, things like that through John Deere. Office Depot is probably our best one. You can save 70, even sometimes 75% on printing photocopies, posters, banners, office supplies. You can use it online or physically in any Office Depot, Office Max store. We save, as OHC, thousands of dollars a year having things printed at Office Depot. It costs a lot less than buying ink cartridges for my little printer in the office, for sure. We have a prescription drug card that you can use for human or equestrian or animal prescriptions. I know people who say they save a couple $100 on their dog prescription at Fred Meyer's using our card. The card's free. You can download it on our website. There's just a code that they enter in, and it gets you a discount. And then we have additional discounts at Sherwin-Williams for paint, Nationwide Insurance, UPS, Red Brand Fencing, and then as a member, you get a special rate on all of our webinars, events, our directory listings, our directory ads, our website. There's banner ads on our website. There's ads on our newsletter. All of those are included with your membership, which costs for a basic membership is $100 a year. That gets you everything I just mentioned. For $250 a year, you get a lot more promotion. You get extra listings on our website. You get placement on the scrolling list on every page of our website. You get information displayed at any booths that we have across the state throughout the year. So you can send business cards, flyers, brochures with me, and I'll put them out. And you get extra discounts on things as a Golden Horseshoe member. But for only $100 a year, you get all the things I've mentioned at this webinar, including all the marketing and promotion. A $50 membership is a basic one. If you just want your online listing and access to the discounts, you get no marketing that way, though. So you do not get posts on Facebook. We do not share your events. We do not share your news. It's just you get listed with a basic listing in the horse directory, and you get all the access to our online all of our discounts I just mentioned. And then we have individual memberships as well for an equestrian or for a family. They're kind of similar to the business memberships, but there's no business involved. These are just individual people who might want to take advantage of that John Deere discount and save $8,000 for $35 membership. So there's some ways we try to keep it very affordable. You can even make these become a monthly deduction ACH payment from your bank account. So we can set you up on a form where our bank pulls 1/12 of your membership every single month from your account, and you don't even have to worry about paying once a year. We also have our membership set up now, which we just changed last year, or earlier this year, that when you join, you are renewing 1 year from that date. For years, we had it that all memberships expired on January 1st or December 31st and then renewed on January 1st. And we found it's just too hard of a time for a lot of equestrian businesses. So now when you join, your membership's good for 1 year from that date. We can also prorate it if you want to move the date to another period of time. But it's for $100, you get a significant amount of value. So how can you get more involved? make sure you have a link to our website, our event calendar and such on your website and in your newsletters. If you see events like the technical emergency rescue classes, share them. Let people know what we have going on. Be an advocate for OHC in your area. If there's something that we should know about, pass the word on to us or pass our information on to the other people. If there's a discrepancy that's happening with understanding equine land use laws, or if there's a trail that's about to be shut down, or if there's an educational topic you find really valuable, share all of that with us. And don't assume we just know things, because there's a lot of people out there who assume we know it all and then no one tells us. And then they're shocked when we find out at the 11th hour. So we'd rather have 10 people telling us about a trail problem than not knowing it all and not being able to help. When we come out to our in-person events and programs, we're always looking for venues to host. So if you have a facility, especially somewhere that's inside and can be warm, we have a lot of months in the state that are not the best to be outside, we would love to consider hosting at your facility. Participating in any of our programs, watching our online webinars, coming to those TLRs, and then lastly, joining. If you're a business, association, nonprofit, for $100 a year, you can't find more marketing out there, and you're going to be supporting the industry as a whole, and know that your money is going to fight for equestrian lifestyle in Oregon. So being a member is very easy, and we would love to talk to you more about the benefits and explore how we can tailor it to make sure your business gets the most out of it. So if you need anything at all, please don't hesitate to contact me. I'm Brandy. That is our phone number. I do have limited hours in the office. Always leave a voicemail. If you need to get hold of me fast, always email to brandy@OregonHorseCountry.com. Make sure to check out our website, OregonHorseCouncil.com. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter. We are also on Instagram, all under Oregon Horse Council tags. So make sure to follow us and share our news. And if there's anything at all that we can do to help you or make your business stronger, let us know. Thank you.